Hello guys, gals, and non-binary pals. Thank you for tuning into the channel. If this is your first time here, welcome, and if you're coming back for some more shenanigans, welcome back. The other day I did a product unboxing of the Gamemaster Dungeons and Caverns hobby kit manufactured by the Army Painter. And in the comment section, a lot of people were interested in the Dungeon and Subterranean Terrain Primer. It's a rattle can spray-on type primer. And so I thought I would go ahead and make a little set of stairs using the European XPS foam and then just go ahead and prime this as a little test to see how it works. And I thought I would share that with everyone since there was a lot of curiosity about it. So let's get started. Inside the box was this can of spray primer for XPS foam that promises not to melt the foam. So there was a lot of interest from the folks that watched that video, and I thought I would go ahead and do a video on that. I quickly followed their tutorial and put together some stairs, which we're seeing right here. I used their straight edge sandpaper, the European style XPS foam, and their razor. Here's what I made. I did not use their glue. I used the Eileen's Tacky Glue because I just had that handier and I didn't want to bust open their bottle. The container of primer says to shake in a circular motion and to spray from a little bit of a distance. It was in centimeters and I didn't really convert it, so I just went ahead and went chaotic. I don't really read a whole lot of directions or I'm not very good at following them either. So went ahead and sprayed on the piece. Now part of this technique with the stairs that bothers me are the lines on the side, and I almost filled those in, but I wanted to preserve the integrity of the hobby kit as is. I also did not use the gravel, which they recommend on their stair recipe. Making these stairs was super easy and fast. It's like a 10-minute project. So I thought, or even less probably, so I think I'm gonna do a video on how I make stairs like this. Traditionally, I've had problems making stairs for miniature games because it seems like it's either form or function. The stairs either scale to the foot of the miniature and you can't put the mini on there, or they don't scale to the foot of the miniature and they have an inch base. So I went with function this time. I'd like to take this opportunity to mention that currently this channel has a Kickstarter for some holiday minis going right now. So if you'd like to support this channel or get some really cool professionally manufactured PVC mold injected miniatures for your Christmas dioramas and your holiday one-shots, 5th edition adventures, and tabletop shenanigans, go ahead and look at the Kickstarter link. I'll put it in the doobly-doo and I'll go ahead and put a card up top. Now back to the regularly scheduled programming. Now on the instructions it says to clean out the nozzle to hang out the can upside down, which is something you like to do for all of your rattle cans. I'm not the best at this, but I'm trying to get better and make it a habit. So I went ahead and finished off the priming with the can upside down. I think I used a little too much product. They do give you a lot. This can is solid, and in a little bit we'll get to see what it looks like when it's dry. Looking at the can, I see now that the primers color match to the Army Painter's color line, which I think is great. Meaning this primer matches their color called Hardened Carapace, which is a matte black apparently. And here's what everything looks like once it's been dried out in the sun for an hour, or maybe a little bit longer. I can't remember, I didn't really pay attention to time. I think the primer did a really good job of putting an even coat. I think it's really, really cool that their spray-on primers color match to their entire product line. I am brand new with using spray-on primers. When I make a terrain primer sealant combination, I mix PVA glue and an acrylic paint because it hardens up the terrain piece a little bit in the process, and this XPS foam is very squishy. I was able to go back and actually make more scratch marks in the terrain piece after it was primed, which I kind of like being able to do that. Like here, watch this. I just took my fingernail and pushed in and you can create texture. I thought it was awesome that this was a possible thing to do. I also think this happens because it is the European style XPS foam. So I can still, if I want to, keep adding cracks and crevices and things to this, and indentations and such. So I really, out of this kit so far, I've really enjoyed working with this. The lines on the side of the stair design were bothering me, so I took a look at the book, and it turns out they made the illusion of making them look like individual slabs of stone. So I decided last night to go ahead and do that, and also by reading the instructions, I learned that maybe I should be taping a paint stick underneath my terrain for spray painting instead of holding it and getting stuff all over my fingers. So instead I used a repurposed chopstick and carved in more of a stone effect in the design. Thank you for tuning in to the end of this video and watching the experiment with the spray foam primer. This is the first time I've ever used such a thing. I think it's fascinating that the foam did not melt and that this color matches their paint line. So have a good one, folks. Stay safe out there. Check out the playlist and all that kind of good stuff. Hit the like, subscribe, the doobly-doo, and all the notifications, and see you later. Have a good one. Adios. Arrivederla. Sayonara. Ciao.